What good are they? What do they do for me? Nothing.
Man, you are a heartless, soulless. Wow.
And then when the fucking dog sees another dog on the TV, barks like it's like barking is going out of style.
Well, it's getting no love from you.
Like when
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we are recording.
Awesome. Welcome back to the Unrestricted, everybody.
That will not go on the podcast.
Absolutely. I'm Vexy's Wally. RC the Bulldog joining us via phone, and Bob on the ones and twos. What's up, boys? Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
So we were discussing...
I think we got a new nickname for Wally.
What's that?
Choppers McGillicuddy.
Choppers McGillicuddy.
Be careful. Be careful. I got into it with, speaking of being careful, I got into it with my brother-in-law over
what?
Over, guns. Not even guns. I guess he knows my stance as far as ammunitions and weapons are concerned. That rubs him the wrong way, and he went to town on me just for no reason, talking about how my heart attack was fake and the fact that I have and diabetes is a fake. It must be. He goes, it must be fake if you're drinking and smoking cigars. I said, first of all, I don't smoke cigars anymore, and I can still have, I have 2 beers or 2 drinks a night if I want.
Yeah, nobody said you couldn't do that.
Yeah, so he went to town on that, and then so.
Wow, accusing somebody of having a fake heart attack? I've never gone that low.
Yeah,
I've never gone that low.
Yeah,
to fake a heart attack or to accuse someone of one?
Either way.
Either way. So it turns out, and listen, everybody outside the family already knows that this particular person is a piece of shit. So now just in case anybody else. But the problem I had with it was he went on my social media page and posted this.
What a dick.
That's exactly what I called him this week. You're a dick.
Yeah. Hey, tell us about River City Refuels before we get going.
All right, let's talk about River City Refuels. Speaking of candy, you can get your vending machine full of candy.
There you
That'd
go.
be perfect for you, just in case you want to do that. This is a local business run by a local guy here in San Antonio, and it's a vending machine for your business. So they come in, they put the vending machine right into your business, and it's tailored to you and your employees' tastes, whatever you guys want. They can put ramen noodles in there. Candy bars, whatever you like. It could be even donuts like Bob did not have today. No donuts here. So Mrs. Freshly Donuts, I'm sure, could be in your local vending machine. They stock it. You don't have to do anything. All you do is enjoy the treats. They stock it up. It's an office building. It's perfect. An apartment complex. Perfect. A business, small business, large business, whatever business. It's perfect for you. Call him today, 210-630-5973, 630-5973. The name of the place is River City Refuels. Call them today.
So the reason he said, speaking of candy, is that I don't like candy. RC, did you know that about me?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I just don't care for candy. And I think it's genetic because I have a 5-year-old daughter who definitely should like candy. She's 5 years old. She can't stand sweet things. She doesn't like cake.
Is she trick-or-treating this evening?
Yeah, she's going to trick-or-treat, and she's going to collect a bunch of candy, and then she'll give it all to her brother.
Really?
Yeah. She's like me. She just doesn't care about it, and she can't
So her
stand
brother's
chocolate.
the diabetic.
Yes. He's 7. So, not yet, but he's future.
He's coming.
Yeah.
He'll lose his leg at some point. Yes, of course,
Great stuff. So the big news this morning is out of the NBA, which is interesting because I had planned to talk Cowboys and Longhorns, and certainly we will. But the big news is out of the NBA, where James Harden has finally been dealt to the L.A. Clippers.
Which is where he wanted to go.
For essentially a bag of spit and a couple of picks.
Yeah, but the bag of spit is way too large. I mean,
what do you mean?
Who the hell wants James Harden? Why would any team want him? He is the least desirable athlete in this country today. You get an unprotected first-round pick, 2 second-round picks, a pick swap, and then a bunch of players as well. Why?
Nobody wants those players, by the way, either. And I mean, it's not just James Harden.
There was an additional first-round pick from the Oklahoma City Thunder as well.
It's the picks that I don't understand. The players
All of it.
are plenty. And if you're the Clippers, I have to ask, Who were you bidding against?
That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants James Harden. How did the Clippers not know this?
What other team was even in the search for him? Maybe Miami? Maybe?
Nobody, because he's been sitting there. He's demanded a trade for how long now? And he's been sitting there and hasn't been playing. And so nobody wanted. They bid against themselves. I don't understand why they gave up. I mean, they gave up Marcus Morris, Nick Batum, Covington, KJ Martin, multiple picks, a pick swap, all for James. Oh, maybe it's PJ Tucker. Maybe that's why. No, of course not. Maybe it's Philip Petrusev. Who the hell is that? I don't understand why they gave up so much for this guy.
It is a bag of spit. It is a bag of spit plus a lot of picks. And the picks are important picks. I mean, you love it. For who?
Yeah. For the Spurs. Sabotage.
Oh, I see.
Clippers hater.
You think it takes the Clippers down a notch to have Harden?
Yep, because he's a fucking cancer.
Listen, by the time the Spurs are contending for anything, those guys will be retired.
Good point.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If you can send Kawhi Leonard a bag of rotten candy for staying on our Halloween motif, fucking great. Because he's already a malcontent. He's already mad at the world. He had the best setup here in San Antonio, no taxes. And he basically does a tantrum. He plays 25 games a year. You send him Harden and he can pick up on some of his good habits. Fuck yeah.
Hey,
I love it. That's a great take.
Let me make this point.
Thank
all right,
you.
we talk. James Harden gets so much run in this country for some reason. Yet Russell Westbrook gets ripped apart every time he's in an NBA game. I don't understand it.
I forgot about Russell.
He is the most disrespected athlete and NBA player in the history of sports. I don't get it.
Russell Westbrook, the most disrespected athlete in the history of sports?
He is a first ballot Hall of Famer without any question.
Well, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'll agree with you on that. The problem with Russ is that he's remarkably inefficient, and he has been since he was in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but he's a good play. He's
a good person. He's a good teammate.
Yes,
he plays.
He's a baller. He is a baller.
Yes, he doesn't sit out games. He always plays.
He is the complete opposite of James Harden and Kawhi Leonard.
Yes,
he plays every night. He plays hurt and he plays hard. Inefficient. Yes, where Harden and Kawhi Leonard are extremely efficient when they play. So it's an interesting dichotomy that you bring up there.
Who would you rather have, Westbrook or Harden?
Well, I know Westbrook's going to play, so I'll take Westbrook.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's a no-brainer.
Now the two get back together for the first time since they were in Oklahoma City. I mean, that is crazy to have their careers come back around to the Clippers. And why, if you're the Clippers, by the way, I've watched 2 of their games, one against the Spurs. They've been good this year. They don't have problems. I don't understand why the fuck they think they needed James Harden.
Because they're not good enough to be a title contender.
I'll tell you what I think it is. I think it's that they're opening a new building next year, and they feel like they have to have more marquee value.
Well,
and Harden brings that to you?
I guess.
I don't know.
I guess.
I mean,
because you're possibly coming to the end of the Paul George and Kawhi Leonard contracts. They can opt out at the end of the year. So if they were to opt out, at least you have James Harden, a headliner on your marquee.
Yeah, but then he would demand a trade to somewhere else.
That's just it. There is nobody in this league who has quit on more teams in the history of the NBA.
Yeah.
And you were pissed off at Maury for doing business in China, and now your owner is Steve Ballmer? How long before he says something?
Yeah, it is a good point.
Well, how long before 2 of those players are playing in China?
Not long.
Not too long.
Not long. You're right about that.
Funny.
It is. So we're a week into the NBA season. What's jumped out at you?
Well, let's get to the Spurs.
You want to go to the Spurs straight?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's go right to that. I got a couple of things on the Spurs. First,
give it to me.
I watched the Clipper game the other night. Let me go positive first before I get to, knock down Wemby a little bit. First of all, Wemby needs to guard every out of bounds play. Every single one of them.
The ball.
He needs to guard. Yes.
The ball.
Yes.
Yeah,
he needs to be that guy because it makes it very difficult
to inbound.
Yes, even if you don't make a mistake, you could possibly make a mistake. It's a great defense. That will be a plus for him. He'll be able to do that. But every time I watch him, and listen, I think about you, Bex, and you, Richie, about how you guys just love this Wemby guy. And listen, I understand it's his rookie season. I just don't see anything that he does that's great. He's not a rebounder. He does, and now this may be the NBA doing. This may be Pop doing this to him, but he does not mix it up down low. He is nowhere to be found when there's a rebound. He is not going to rebound, at least at this point. And he's 7'4". He will not be a rebounder.
I got to give you that much. He has to improve rebounding. He doesn't want to mix it up enough on the defensive glass.
Is that him?
That's a problem.
Is that him or is that Pop?
I
it's
don't
probably
know.
Not
both.
to be there.
It's probably both, and I'll agree with you as well. As long as you add one word to what you just said, he isn't great at anything yet.
Yeah, it's the yet.
Yet.
Part
Okay,
He's got to grow with the team. The team needs to grow with him. I mean,
Big time.
this is not. We're not going to be a title contender this year.
Okay, so I go to the. Everybody said that this guy was going to be a generational player. Okay, we all still sticking with that?
Yes.
Potential to be
Okay.
a generational player.
Is he the first of all, is he and he's a guy that's 7'4", he does unbelievable things. But that doesn't make him great at them. It's just we've never seen a 7'4" guy bring up the basketball. We've never seen a 7'4" guy do this or do that or do this. I get all that, but he's not great at them. Is he going to be a great 3-point shooter? I don't know that. Nobody can make that statement at this point. What is he going to, in the end, if he is going to be a generational player, what is going to get him to that level?
Defense. That's my answer to you.
It's
It's the shot blocking. It's the reach ends. It's the shots that don't even get taken because people are worried that Wemby's in the area.
He changes the shot. I get that.
Even against a team as veteran as the Clippers, and it was a crappy game. That was one of the worst Spurs games I've seen in years because it looked like a pickup game. The rest of the Spurs have got to start growing with Wemby, figuring out his spots, getting him the ball in his spots, and he needs to do a better job of not trying to force himself into spots
What is
that
his
aren't
spot?
his.
That's what I don't.
We don't know that yet, Wally.
Okay.
We are a week into this first season.
I get it.
Okay.
So here's my other question: is what does everybody see in Wemby that makes them believe that he is the next LeBron James?
Why is it that so many former players are coming out and talking about him being such a badass and that he's going to rule the league in 3 years? Why do they think that?
They're incredible. They're blown away that a 7'4" guy can dribble the basketball, has the handle that he has, all those kind of things. And listen, I understand that, but he's not the best point guard in the world. He's not the best center in the world. I don't know. Watching him in these games, and it's been a very small amount, obviously. Very small sample. I don't know what everybody saw to make them believe he is going to be the greatest player that we've seen in the last 15 years. I don't see it.
Richie?
Well, I will tell Wally what I told my son. Calmate, chico. He's
Calmate.
19 years old. He's 19 years old. He's played 3 games.
Okay.
And he jumps off the TV screen when he does something good. He's learning. The Spurs are learning. They're trying to figure out how to use him. He's trying to figure out how to be an NBA player. He's going to gain weight. He's going to get stronger. I mean, Wally, he can jump from behind the 3-point line or behind the like Jordan and Scott 3-throw line, Sky and dunk. He gets the ball in the low post. He puts the brakes on. Everybody slides by. He doesn't have to jump to jam. It's the silliest shit I've ever seen.
I get that. Yeah, but I've seen that before. Yeah. I've seen all of that before. I saw Yao Ming do that. I've seen Hakeem do all that stuff. What separates? And listen, he's got
better handles. He's got better handles. He moves better.
Okay.
He's going to get in. He's going to work into his body, and they're going to. If anybody can figure out how to play this guy, it's Pop.
I agree with that. Listen, and the best thing about Wemby, in my opinion, is his work ethic and his desire to be a better player. That's really what probably attracted the Spurs to him, because that's what makes him a Spur, is that work ethic, his desire to be a better player, and his desire to be a winner over personal gain. That's the key to Wemby right
Let me
there,
complete
folks.
your thought, because it's what
No,
I
it's
feel.
done. I'm done.
Okay,
I'm
well,
done. My thought doesn't need to be added to.
Let
Thank
me
you.
give you a rejoinder then.
Let me get a bow. Can I just bow here? Thank you.
What I love most about Wemby is that he fucking competes. He competes like a dog. He wants to win. He wants to make plays. He's not out there just, flailing in the wind, trying to fit in. He's trying to stand out. And that is impressive for a kid of his age.
Okay.
It really is. And look, we got plenty of time to worry about whether it's going to translate to winning a title. That's not the question that's on the table right now. The question on the table right now is how much better can he get? And I just see so much room because of his skill set and his size and the way he moves and the way he competes. I see the future.
Though,
And so does everybody else, Wally. No first game of any rookie has ever been tuned into more than Wemby's first game was
I
on
get that.
television.
That doesn't mean anything. What do I care?
It
I don't
does.
care.
It's an entertainment industry.
He's
Now the Spurs matter.
Yeah, but that a lot of people go see the two-headed cow at the circus, don't they? They buy tickets for that. I get that.
Just to pass the Cretas.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't be lying, Richie. You were right behind my family, getting tickets.
I'm more of a bearded woman guy.
Well, all right.
Oh, there you are.
But that's my point. Wemby is, to some degree, and you have to admit this is true, he is somewhat like the bearded woman at the circus.
If the bearded woman was, possibly going to take you to an NBA title.
I don't know. Can you tell me that today, that Wemby's going to win a title with the Spurs?
I think there's a very good chance.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see about that.
I would say it's better than 50-50, and that is saying a lot.
This team's got a long way to go before they get there, because right now they're just like Vegas thought they would be, a 28-29 win team.
Right.
They're just not
what
good
we
enough.
talked about on this show. My expectations were low as well. And look, some of the guys on this team, I would argue most of the guys on this team are not going to be on the roster when the Spurs go to a second round in the Western Conference playoffs. Okay. I mean, even a guy like Keldon Johnson, who appears at this point to be a pillar of the organization, I wouldn't be surprised if he was shipped. Would you?
No.
I mean, it just wouldn't
not at
shock
all.
me.
No,
the
because
only guy that I think is a certainty is Vassell.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it seems like the franchise has kind of transitioned itself from Keldon Johnson leading the way now to Devin Vassell leading the way.
For sure.
They apparently see more in Vassell than they do in
Somebody
Keldon
needs
Johnson.
to tell Keldon Johnson that, apparently, because in the last 3 minutes of the Mavericks game, he forgot to pass the ball.
Yeah. Somebody also needs to tell Pop that Keldon doesn't need the ball in the last 3 minutes. Look, nothing against Keldon. I like him. I like he hustles, but he's not that dude.
No, and by the way, if Keldon Johnson does want to take every shot in the final 3 minutes and the Spurs lose all these games, I'm not going to be upset about it either, right? I mean,
Okay.
I can't be. Let's get another lottery pick. Cool.
Ooh.
Speaking of another lottery pick, by the way, did you see, does the name Cooper Flag mean anything to you guys?
Fanny Flag.
Oh, yeah.
I remember her. Fanny Flag.
Cooper Flag. Do you know Cooper Flag?
I don't.
Colonel Flag.
I do because of my son. He's the best high school player in a long, long time.
He
And
is
he's a white dude.
He is a white kid from Vermont. He's about 6'9", shades of...
What? They have white people in Vermont? No way.
I don't think
That's
the
all they
surprising
have in
part.
Vermont.
No kidding.
And maple syrup.
Cooper Flag committed to Duke this week.
That I did see.
As a sophomore.
I don't care.
He's the number one player in 2024 because he reclassified. So, no, it's pretty cool.
All right, there you go. Thanks
Look,
for derailing the
he may be
segment here.
Well, I'm just saying, he may be a guy that the Spurs have their eyes on in the lottery a couple of years from now.
I'm sure they do. Why wouldn't they?
And if you pair him with a Wemby, look out, world. Okay.
The other thing with the Spurs is something we've already talked about on this program is, do they continue with Sohan or do they go back to Trey Jones as their point guard?
The Sohan experiment does not work. I'm just here to tell you that at this juncture of his career, it is not working for Sohan. If I were to give Sohan a magical power, it would be to cut. He is big. He is strong. He is athletic. When you're the point guard and you're able to give the ball to Wemby at the top of the key, make a quick back cut. Get the guy pinned on your back hip and get to the rim. But Sohan doesn't do it. If he started to do that, I could see him being a point guard, but he hasn't done it.
He's defensive minded, and that's his go-to. But if he's not going to play good defense while he's out there, then he's going to sit on the bench, and Trey Jones is going to be the point guard.
Sohan is the one guy on this roster that I just don't get.
Okay.
He doesn't make sense to me yet. I understand where all the pieces fit. Not Sohan. I don't get him yet. What does he do good?
Just defense. That's
Supposedly, he's good at defense. Yeah.
Do you like, Richard, do you like the in-season? Did we talk about the in-season tournament?
Not really.
Who cares? They released yesterday the shots of everybody's court.
Yeah.
So all the teams will have new courts for this in-season tournament. And they talked about it constantly on the broadcast the other night of the Spurs game. And listen, I understand it being paid by the Spurs, but nobody gives a rat's ass about this.
Let's, instead of who cares, let's say, can I say, who cares yet? Like, let's see one of these things first.
Why? Why is it going to be? Why is it going to matter?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. Okay?
All right.
I mean, it's something to drum up interest in the NBA for the casual fan, not the nerds like you guys, the casual fan, who generally doesn't care about the NBA until after Christmas.
That's right.
Nobody's going to watch.
Speaking of the Spurs broadcast, I understand that you have a problem with my dear friend and beloved Michelle Beadle.
Wow, how did you know this?
Because you texted it to us.
Oh, that's right, I did. I don't.
She's not my dear friend, by the way. I wish she was.
Okay, I know she's from here.
Yeah.
I don't understand the addition of her into the, and she's obviously been on the broadcast before. This isn't the first season. I don't know what, and this isn't a personal attack or anything. I just don't know what she adds to the broadcast.
I will tell you what I think she adds. I think she keeps it light and funny and keeps it moving. And I like that about her on the broadcast.
Oh, I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Keeps it funny.
I hate it.
You can't stand it. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
He doesn't
I
like
really
fun.
can't.
He doesn't like fun.
I do like fun, but
No, you
when there's a game going on, I don't want to hear about your dinner at the hotel the night before. I don't care. I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah, I don't really either. It's a good point. All right, we're running out of time, and we still have
We're
a lot
running out of time already? Oh,
we
my
have a
God.
lot
All
to
right,
cover. We
let's
still
go.
got to do Rangers, Cowboys, and Longhorns. Cowboys and Longhorns, here's my thought on that, okay? Not all blowouts are created equal. I thought the Longhorns won in a blowout and frankly didn't look that good. And I thought the Cowboys won in a blowout and looked awesome.
I'll go first. I was impressed with Texas.
Were.
Yes, because you got a different quarterback in there that just got put in there, and so for Malik Murphy to play the way he did and lead them, I was impressed by that. I don't think Texas is a top 4 team in the country. Maybe they're top 10. Maybe
I do think they're a top 4 or 5 team.
Okay. Oh, we'll see about that.
Richie, what did you think of the Longhorns win? Did you think they looked good?
I think that they looked serviceable. I think Malik was pedestrian. I don't think he's the answer. I think he's a specimen of a man. I'd put him at tight end. And it's time for the Arch Manning show to start.
So if Arch Manning begins to start next week, it's my understanding that he doesn't lose his red shirt. So that may have been the last game we see Malik Murphy.
Okay.
That's a
Put him in
guess.
there. Put him in there.
That's a guess.
As for the Cowboys, listen, they dominated that first half in every which way, whether it was offensively, defensively, special teams. They did everything very well, but they still had that red zone issue, and we'll see if they do pull the trigger today on a deal. Today's the NFL trade deadline. If the
Devontae Adams.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Why
not?
They need Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
They need Derrick. Everybody's talking about Derrick Henry to the Cowboys. The Cowboys absolutely should make that deal. That would solve their red zone problems. Give him the ball. He's the hardest runner in the NFL.
You're both wrong.
Who is it?
We need offensive line help. That's the scariest thing about the Cowboys. They can't run the fucking ball. Now, yeah, Pollard is not as big is Zeke, and he's more of a slasher than a pounder. But the holes aren't there, guys.
Man, here
Our
you are
line's
coming in
beat up.
smart with getting an offensive lineman.
Everybody has offensive line problems, though. You know, every
Not
plan.
not the good teams, Walter.
Not the who?
Not the good teams, he
The
said.
fucking good teams, not the upper echelon.
Yeah, Philadelphia doesn't have
Philadelphia's
offensive
line-
line problems.
Bone,
Yeah, but
and
you're
that's
not
how they
getting.
win.
All right, but you're not getting an offensive lineman today. It ain't gonna happen.
A couple guys out there, Walter.
Well, if there is, the Cowboys are going to take a back seat because the Jets need him more than the Cowboys do, and they will get the guy before the Cowboys do.
Devontae Adams.
Because of your winning personality, why will that happen?
And my good looks, damn it.
Yeah, you just gum them to death. What the fuck?
See, that's offensive, no?
If I could wrap the show right now, I would.
I was hoping Richie was here. I put a nice big fat tack on his seat over there. I will say,
Fat Pat.
fat
Well,
tack.
no, so what I have heard though, Jeff, that I think has more legs than Adams. Now he was really sour yet last night. But I heard
That's an
Jerry
understatement.
Judy. Yeah, I heard Jerry Judy because Denver fucking sucks,
They do.
and it's a lot more reasonable
So
than trying to get Adams.
Judy to me is not a number one. And to me, what we've seen from CeeDee Lamb is that he is a great number two, but not necessarily a number one that you can target in the red zone by just throwing it up. And I say that realizing that he had 2 touchdowns this past week, but they weren't necessarily on that kind of jump up and go get it wide receiver play where I don't know. I feel like you got to go after a number one. I mean, they've missed Amari Cooper.
Yeah, but CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, they do.
CeeDee Lamb is the number one. There's no question. I mean, he showed it this weekend. He's the number one guy.
He's not a number one in the red zone, is what I'm trying to say.
What do you want? You want listen? I hate that play where they go to the corner and they just throw it up for grabs. I hate that play. To me, it's the success rate can't be very high on that. I'd rather have a guy that can just mash it down your throat because you see the Cowboys, even the Longhorns did it this weekend. They have that Texas arrogance where we're going to just stuff it right down your throat, and more often than not, they can't. So if you want to have that arrogance, then get a big guy that can do that and help you slam it down their throat. And that's why I would go with Derrick Henry.
I don't hate that. I have to be honest. I didn't consider that was in.
Dude, if the holes aren't there, I don't care if you're. I mean, if the holes aren't there, the holes aren't there. Derrick Henry hasn't done fuck all this year.
He hasn't.
If the
It's
holes
true.
aren't there.
He hasn't looked good.
And
behind the bad.
I love a Minotaur, and some say I love a Minotaur, but you've got to have the holes, and we're a couple pieces away on the line. And again, Walter goes back to, well, I mean, everybody's got line problems, not the good teams. How do you get from good to great? You control the line of scrimmage.
All right. Hopefully they can get somebody to help them. All right, I got to be honest. I did not see the game last night, the Monday Night Football game, and I didn't see the Rangers World Series win last night.
Oh, good.
Because
nice preparation.
Yes, great prep, Vexler. Well, I went to ZZ Top down at the Majestic.
Okay.
Dude, they were great. They were great. And it's my first time seeing ZZ Top, and I have loved ZZ Top since I was a kid. I can't believe it's my first time seeing them. I mean, my wife and I were dancing in the aisle. I'm not kidding.
Drunk?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You should have seen me.
No, I didn't want. I don't want to see
Not
that.
a ZZ Top guy?
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay.
They don't do anything for me, but they're fine.
Dude, they are the pinnacle of Texas rock and roll to me.
Okay.
There's
That
no
is-
Kenny Loggins.
They're
No.
no Kenny Loggins.
No, they certainly are. They're certainly not. But I'm sure they'll be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before Kenny Loggins gets an admission ticket. Anybody a fan of Flavor Flav?
Of course. Public Enemy.
Did you guys see his performance of the national anthem the other night at the Milwaukee?
No.
Oh my God!
But that's a bad idea.
It's right up there with who is the runner that had that that did
Carl Lewis.
Carl Lewis, right there with Carl
Roseanne
Lewis.
Ball.
Oh my God, it was terrible.
I will look this up.
Yeah, check it out.
Hey, speaking of
Awful.
your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, okay, I guess you're mad that Kenny Loggins isn't in there yet.
He is not.
Did you see who was getting in?
I probably have, but go ahead.
It was a bunch of very new artists. Sheryl Crow, Willie Nelson, for some reason, isn't in there yet, and he's going in at the same time as Sheryl Crow.
Okay.
I don't know. It just seems odd to me. Are you looking at it, Bob?
I'm looking up the inductees right now.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy list. There's a bunch of people that, frankly, don't deserve it. Going in with Willie Nelson, who deserved it, 40 years ago?
Wow.
Oh, he was busy. He was stoned when they wanted to get him in
Wow.
there.
Kate Bush,
Kate Bush?
Missy Elliott, George Michael, Rage Against the Machine,
Rage Against the Machine deserves it and should have been in a while ago.
Yeah.
Same with George Michael.
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan, yes. You just
I'm
love
not
saying
mad
it.
at that.
No, I ain't mad at that.
All right, I will. Let me make this declaration. Speaking of music, I can listen to the song Monster Mash once. That's it. That song to me is just like Grandma got run over by a reindeer. I can hear that song once and then I'm done with it. Throw it away.
For the whole season.
Yeah, Monster Mash. These are the worst holidays in the world. Is when it has to go onto the radio station. You got to play songs for the. Oh my God, Monster Mash. Then I got to hear Thriller a million times for the next 2 weeks. I can't take it.
So I was at ZZ Top. What did I miss on Monday Night Football, and what did I miss with the Rangers last night? Not that I don't know the scores.
Lions bounced back. They had a pretty good game last night. Scherzer got hit by a comebacker in the elbow, but he had back spasms, went out after the third inning, pulled himself out, was in a lot of pain. They burned their Game 4 starter, so they're up 2-1, but their Game 4 starter played last night, so we'll see what happens
How
tonight.
many innings did he throw? A few?
2 or 3.
Okay.
And it looked like Adalis Garcia is also dealing with an oblique injury.
Oh.
So while the
He
Rangers
came out of the game as well.
So while the Rangers took a 2-1 lead on a 9-game road winning streak, we'll see about tonight.
Yeah, Adolis is the biggest issue going.
Yeah, that
right
is
now.
a big issue.
It's a big problem.
They
See
played
if
the
we can get through that.
Monster Mash.
God almighty, I'm gonna stab somebody. All right, I got a couple more. We got anything else that's pressing?
Give it to me.
All right, let me go through this here quick. Obviously, Matthew Perry died this week, stunningly, or maybe not, considering all of the rehab and drug issues he's had. But
15. He's been to rehab 15 times.
I feel for the guy.
he didn't. I guarantee you, he did not drown in his hot tub. I guarantee you, he overdosed or committed suicide in that hot tub.
They say they found no drugs at the scene, Wally.
That doesn't
It's
mean he
hard
didn't
to
do
believe.
any. Yeah. But the one thing I did see was people are poking fun at his death, like, apparently he wasn't a good swimmer. Which is a take on David Swimmer.
You can't say that. It's too soon. That is too soon.
I saw it yesterday.
Is it
it's
too
still
soon
too
to say that he came into the world and left the world at the appropriate depth, like his acting talent, a little shallow?
And then you had an
Is
essay.
it too soon? Is it too soon to say that if he was Mormon, he's a hell of a stoker?
Hey, Richard Mall also died. Bailiff from Night Court.
Oh, no way.
Mm-hmm.
Bull?
That sucks.
Bull from Night Court?
That's too bad.
Wow, that was a great show.
I'm not sure what the issue is here. The NFL told the University of Houston they have to stop using the Love You Blue uniforms.
Huh.
I don't
The
understand what
Oilers uniform?
I don't understand what the issue is. Tennessee Titans own the Houston Oiler
Logo.
the logos and everything about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong to the Texans. It doesn't belong to anyone else but the Tennessee Titans. That's where the owner went. He went to Tennessee. He owns all of that stuff. I don't understand what the complaints are. It doesn't belong to the Houston Texans. It doesn't belong to the city of Houston. It belongs to the Tennessee Titans. That's it.
It's the no fun league.
All right, you ready for some controversial stuff here?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Did
get
you
into
see
it.
that the world's oldest dog died
No.
last week?
Yeah, he was
How's
like
that
34 or
controversial?
something.
I'm going to tell you why it's controversial. So the dog was 31 years old, and then some. Here's my point on this. Pets are overrated.
Oh my God!
And it's a
Yeah.
graveyard.
You also think teeth are overrated.
Stupid ass. Wait till I see you next.
It's now the Monster Mash. Now every
That's what Walter makes with his food, Monster Mash.
Wow.
Through a straw.
I can't even tell you the bad things I'm thinking about that should happen to Richie today.
You started it by being hateful to pets.
Yeah, dude. What's the deal? You hate Wemby and pets. What about
don't
Santa
hate
Claus
Wemby.
and the fucking Easter Bunny?
Fuck them. Anyway,
Walter,
here's
you're
the thing.
angry.
I'm not angry. I thought pets are
You're
overrated.
pretty fucking angry, Walter.
Okay.
As a kid,
Okay.
I loved pets. I bought my first dog. I loved my dog, a Panda, back in the day. But now I got two dogs, and I had two dogs at home. I got one dog now; it's still at home. They just go outside.
Hasn't left for college
They
yet.
go outside and they crap out in the backyard. My kids never clean up the poop like they're supposed to. Maybe it's my kids that I don't like.
Yeah, wait a minute. Blaming the pets for taking a shit?
Outside, at least they're not
But
taking
that's
it
all
inside.
they do. That's all they do. My dog just sits on the couch all day long, does nothing else but go outside, crap, and then I got to pick up the crap. What good are they? What do they do for me? Nothing.
Man, you are a heartless,
And then when
soulless... Wow.
And then when the fucking dog sees another dog on the TV, barks like it's like barking is going out of style.
Well,
I
it's
can't
getting no
take it.
love from you.
Fucking dogs.
Somebody call vector control and go to Walter's address and pick up his poor dogs.
Jesus.
Jeez, you keep them chained around a tree?
All right, I'll keep the hating going. All right,
God
so
bless.
listen, I
I
want
don't
to.
think you're a good pet owner.
I
don't
want
think he's
to.
a good human.
I want to like the Foo Fighters. I think Dave Grohl is one of the coolest human beings on the planet. I can't stand the fucking music.
Oh, that's your problem.
I
That's
can't.
kind of like the pet thing, bro. That's your problem. It's not the pet's fault. It's not Dave Grohl's fault that you don't like his music. The Foo Fighters fucking rock.
Okay, I'm
He
not.
also hates Dave Chappelle. You missed that.
Oh, yeah, right.
He hates him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's
He's
offensive.
the most racist.
Yeah.
He's the most racist, offensive comic.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, he's a racist comic. I'm with you.
This from the guy who hates Deion Sanders because he's black.
That is totally
I
not
mean,
true.
His
Only
take is
because he's part
dripping with
Jewish.
irony.
Okay, all right, here's something funny. All right, so you guys probably don't know this woman, but Trista Crick works for WFAN radio in New York. She also is works for one of those betting sites.
Okay.
She said last night on social media, and we still call it Twitter. Nobody calls it X, by the way.
I noticed that.
She said, "I don't care how good looking Jimmy G is. I don't think I could date him after watching him play tonight. Breakup worthy performance." So Trista
That's pretty
follows me, and so I wrote back to her. I said, "That's very shallow of you." And so she responded with this one: "Not as shallow as her deep balls, though." So
That is an all-time great response. Not as shallow as his deep balls.
Yeah.
Jimmy G's deep balls. That's
Yeah.
fucking great.
So I mean, that's exactly in NFL terms. Yes, that's exactly what it is. His deep ball throwing last night was horrendous. But when she talks about dating him and then comes back with deep balls, I said to her in a private message, I said, "I think maybe you should delete that tweet." And she wrote me back, "No."
Way to go.
yes.
She sounds like a tough
It is.
chick.
His
Yes.
comment is number one on the rundown from that tweet.
Nice. Nice. Way to go, Wally.
Wally, like you're like a professional troll. Fucking kudos to you.
I don't mess around, dude. I don't mess around.
You got-
And by the way,
you got-
season two of Wally's Slice of San Antonio will be debuting in December.
When are you going to have me on that?
Let's you know what? Let's do it the first one of the season with you.
I am an absolute dork for pizza.
I have not been to. There's two places I got targeted. I want to go to Barbaro, and
Very
good.
Sophie's Pizza.
Sophie's. I've
Yeah.
never
Okay.
been to Sophie's.
never
I'm
been to
very
Sophie's.
familiar with Barbaro.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right in my neighborhood.
Okay. Well, let's
So-
do Barbaro then.
No, let's do Sophie's.
Sophie's.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I've never been there.
Okay.
Can I come and eat?
Yes,
Wally,
of course you
Yes.
can.
Wally,
Yes, Richie.
the lead sponsor for season 2 of Wally Slice should be Polydent.
Oh, that's low.
Hey, how's your anal cancer going?
Oh,
Pretty good. I haven't killed any dogs or people today, Wally.
Well, I'm sure it'll happen sooner or later. Anyway, with all that being said, it's time to talk about River City Refuels. River City Refuels, though, is a vending machine that comes right to your business. That's right. They put the machine right there, and you stock it with stuff that you want, stuff that you like, stuff your employees like. Like, you know, if it went to the Vexler household, it would have
Matzo ball soup.
matzo ball soup. It would have Parliament Lights,
Gefilte fish,
gefilte fish,
dreidels
Dreidels.
in different sizes and colors.
That would be perfect. If it went to Richie's house, what would it have?
A bunch of
Love and understanding.
And rubber latex blow-up dolls. Anyway, the point is, it can be stocked with anything you like or your employees like. It's tailored just for you and your employees' taste. It's a cashless system. You don't have to do anything here, folks. They stock it. You don't have to. So it's great for an office building, great for an apartment complex, any kind of business. It's perfect. It will work great for you. You'll absolutely love it. Here's the phone number to get in touch, 210-630-5973, 630-5973. The name of the company is River City Refuels. Call them today, 210-630-5973. Like and subscribe.
trick
Wow.
or treat, everybody.
was
Happy
easy.
Halloween.
I got a treat for you.
How y'all feel out there? Do you feel good? I said, do you feel good? Come on. The groove feel good when it make you move. Make your next move your best move. I said the groove feel good when it make you move. Make your next move your best move. It feel good, don't it? It feel good. It feel good cause you know it's good. Hey, it feel good, don't it? It feel good. It feel good cause you know it's good.
In your gums, and eventually there was no more bone left to put teeth there, and they all fell out.
Is that because of the hydrogen peroxide or because of the abscesses?
No, all the infections would kill the bone eventually, and it took 25 years, but eventually there was no bone left in there to hold the teeth in there, and they all fell out one at a time.
Oh,
So-
fuck it. I like my candy story more.
yeah.
So now I
It's less depressing.
have full upper and bottom. So there you go. I don't wear the top ones because they're a pain in the ass.
He has full bottom.
And being you guys are just here, I don't have to do that.